Hello everyone and welcome back to the trading table. This is Andrew. Joined with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers of the market, what to watch for tomorrow, and more. Starting it off here with a heat map of the S&P 500, we could see that it was kind of a weird day today. Today was more of a pullback day than, more of a push to all-time highs. And that's actually, a good sign. I'm actually happy that today there was actually an opportunity to enter some puts. Took advantage of that. And our bot is actually being finished up right now, so it should be ready for full release. There's been some delays and stuff, but we should be good now, working out some kinks and whatnot. But looking pretty good for Monday, maybe even sooner. But looking at our heat map here, as I said, right, see Nvidia kind of corrected itself a bit. And then everything else just relatively neutral besides like LLY and ZOM. Oil looks like it did not have the best day today. So, looking at SPY's chart here, right? See, we kind of got faked out in the morning. I was actually, thinking about entering some calls here, but it's kind of a good thing that I didn't, right? As you can see, just beautiful uptrend to start the morning, followed by an absolute dump to the downside. And, this is kind of a good thing, right? If we jump to like a higher time frame and, hide these lines, we can see that a pullback was kind of needed. You can only move up so high before needing to kind of have a rest, right? Buyers get kind of exhausted up here. So this is great. As you can see here, anytime we have a super, super impulsive move, kind of expect a red day, right? You're not going to move super, super impulsive forever. And that's just kind of evident throughout this whole uptrend we've been in, right? Even though the pullbacks have been small, they have not been major at all. And we do still have a big gap to fill. So, watch out for that as well. If the market starts dumping, you kind of should know why. As you can see, we've got about a, $4 gap here to fill, but it's not too big, you know what I mean? Just expect the market to kind of, I think what we're going to do, and this might not be true. This is kind of more of a reinforced guess than anything, or an educated guess. But I do believe that we will test a new high, that new high being anywhere above the high. I wish there was like an easier way to hide these lines. That area being anywhere above this 565. I think we'll test 565, may even potentially break above to 566. And then we should see, that gap fill, market correct. Shouldn't drop too low, though. I think the lowest it'll drop is probably 543. And then we'll see a bounce back to the upside to test some new highs. So kind of expect the chart, in my humble opinion, to kind of maybe like go like this, right? And then, come back down. And then, finally start moving up again, right? I think that's a pretty accurate depiction of what is probably going to happen here in these next few weeks. September historically is not a good month, especially during election months for the market. So if this were to take place, I think we'll uptrend for the remainder of August, which, keep in mind, we've only got about 10 days left in August. I think in those 10 days, we will test a new all-time high, with very few pullbacks, not any major pullbacks. And then September come around, rate cuts are, the market's going to get volatile again in September. And then we'll probably end up filling that gap, correcting a little bit, because we cannot uptrend forever. And I think that's where SPY should, be heading. And, today Nvidia was down 2%. Nothing to worry about at all here. Just sit back and relax. We bought the dip. You know what I'm saying? We bought the dip. We're good. Everything is good. This is just a healthy pullback. Nothing to be concerned about. The market was super, super nice today. You know what I mean? With that VIX, it kind of started increasing towards end of day, just because SPY kind of got a little bit more volatile. You see bigger peaks, bigger lows, bigger peaks, right? But still nothing to really be of concern. This morning it was beautiful, right? Even yesterday night, or yesterday afternoon, it was perfect. That 14.5 VIX is like butter. But as you can see, volatility did kind of pick up here for a brief moment. Gold is still pushing all-time highs. So the dollar is actually very, very weak. Wow. The dollar is at 101.4. As if we compare that to, say like the beginning of, I don't know, as you can see here, the beginning or the beginning of August, we were at 104. So it is not looking too hot for the dollar. It is looking hot for gold though, because we actually did make a new all-time high today. So our new all-time high for GLD is 234. If we go to GC, which is the futures market for gold, we can see that it is 2570. So gold is doing absolutely great. Gold is ripping to the upside because the dollar is just absolutely crumbling. So, and there's a lot of things that can contribute to that. But another thing I just want to take a look at real quick. All right. If you guys remember, our bot called out Nflx. If I can pull them up real quick. Okay. Nflx. So it doesn't want to pull it up. I guess I'll just have to find it manually. I don't think it's too far. Here we go. On the 6th of August, our bot called out some Nflx calls, and how for anyone that played this, let me know how the private jet and Bugatti is looking. Right, I need some pictures. It's just Nflx has just been one of those. Me and Landon called Nflx out when SPY was still kind of downtrending. We're like, it's a really good sign. Nflx is kind of doing its own thing right now, right? And if we kind of split the charts here and we go to higher time frame, we can see that, so that's actually SPY. NF, I don't know why I'm doing that. Might be dyslexic. There we go. That's better. So as we can see here, if we zoom out, kind of, you see this day right here on SPY where we just kind of dumping. And I know it does look like it followed it, but it did not follow it as greatly. The follow through on Nflx was not there, and Nflx kind of continued uptrending as SPY had a threat of like a recession and stuff. So, and they also did start their uptrend earlier and had very few breaks of market structure compared to SPY, which was breaking market structure all over the place because the VIX was so high. So yeah, kind of like the 5th of August just started at the most beautiful uptrend I've ever seen, and we're coming up on that 700 area for Nflx. Honestly, if you didn't get in this play, I wouldn't get in it now just because we're probably going to run into some resistance overhead. Looks like we actually did break above the 700 area today. And as you can see, not the best sign as we did downtrend the rest of the day. But if we hop to a larger, we've got to go a little bit bigger than that. Got to go probably like 4 hour. There we go. So as we can see, this is the previous all-time high for Nflx. So, as you can see here, right? The last time Nflx peaked here started the downtrend of the century, right? So, just be careful here. And if it does kind of start the downtrend of the century, right? I'm going to catch y'all in about half a year when I pick up some calls, at the bottom, right? Wish it was that easy. But, yeah, just watch out because there is some really strong resistance, as you can see overhead right here. 2022 was also a super weird year for the market, so that could kind of be contributing to it as well. But, yeah. Just be careful here. You don't want to wake up and see, your option contract go from like up. I don't even know how much. I'm actually gonna take a pause and check how much money this contract went up real quick. So this Nflx contract, just double checked. If you entered, it doesn't even really matter. If you entered anywhere on the 6th, right, you would have been up around 300-ish% right now for a return of just over $3,000, depending on obviously the contract you got and whatnot. So, that is just great to see, great to hear. Just congratulations to anyone who really played this play or listened to our callouts. I swear we have good callouts. This is just a great example of it. And, glad to see Nflx doing so good, right? But yeah, once again, watch that resistance overhead. Intel, a stock that's been hot on this channel lately, has kind of, it's been pulling back. Nothing to be, super scared of yet. It's a great sign that we kind of tried to test like a newer low and buyers came in, and I can definitely see Intel continuing up as long as Nvidia continues up, which I'm pretty sure Nvidia will continue up. But yeah, going into September, it's going to start looking like World War III in these mid caps and small caps, especially if we do start pulling back on SPY to fill that gap. So just be wary of that. If you do have any long-term positions expiring in like September and you're in profit right now, just consider scaling out or whatnot, because historically the statistics say that September will not be the best year for the market, especially considering it is an election year. China stocks absolutely had a terrible day as well, down 4% in some of them, down 3% in BABA. I think today was kind of a pullback day. Everyone had to relax a little bit. Even Bitcoin has been pulling back pretty much all day. So, I think tomorrow this is a good sign, healthy pullback. I don't really know as much about Bitcoin as SPY, but, it's looking better. This pullback was needed, and I think we'll definitely be testing the 560s, if not in pre-market during the day tomorrow, providing that, our economic data does come out good, as we do have some economic data releasing tomorrow. But let's go ahead and take a look at our earnings calendar now, which is super boring, so we're just going to run through it real quick, and then we'll look at our economic calendar. Once again, like I just said, earnings calendar, super boring. I'm just going to literally just go through real quick. Lowe's reported today. Lowe's did not have a good report. Medtronic reported today. Mid. So, XPEV, KC, NNOX, whatever, whoever. Never heard of them in my life. Tomorrow, we've got TJX reporting target opening or before open, reporting earnings. Zoom after close. So, another boring day. Nothing really too much. But let's go ahead and jump over to our economic calendar now, as it is going to get kind of interesting. Okay, so I normally only put on the 3-star for volatility, but I put on the 2-star as well, just so we could see a little bit more in depth on what is going on. So as you can see, these Fed members basically spoke. What they don't really say too much unless Big Papa tells them to say. You know what I'm saying? So, but tomorrow we've got crude oil inventories. So watch out for that. Looks like API weekly crude oil stock, that could be a reason that oil is down today. I don't trade oil, so I don't know too much about oil, not gonna lie. But yeah, FOMC meeting minutes, right? So this is basically a meeting, as you can see here, basically just talking about monetary policy. So this is going to impact interest rate decisions. This is going to impact the U.S. economy. This is just basically like, hey guys, this is what monetary policy is looking like from the Fed. So super important meeting. Pretty sure we have these like once a month. So it's that time of the month for our Fed meeting. If I go ahead and take off the 2-star, because there's just so much, as we can see here, crude oil inventory is coming out at 10:30, right? That shouldn't affect you unless you trade oil. I'm not trading after 2 p.m. I normally don't even trade after 12:30. But yeah, Thursday, we've got quite a few things going on too. Go more into that in tomorrow's video. And then Friday, I'm not even trading at all, as Jerome Powell will be yapping all day. And I do not have the patience to wait for him to stop speaking so I can trade, because I do not like trading during Powell. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the trading table. Please be sure to check out our Discord. Free link is in description. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.